Hey, Shalom. First off, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kwakadash, Yahweh who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shah who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give it the honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, who has taught me this truth. I want to give it peace and blessings to the Akim across the four corners of the earth who teach this truth. And risk a lot to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Lord willing, the video is edifying. Lord willing, I can get some fun of this video. Quick video through the spirit, man. I'm going to grab 2nd Esdras 15. I recently saw a video about, the 3 power grids in America that will eventually, or they're saying eventually is going to be attacked, right? You got the power grid on the West Coast, you got the power grid on the East Coast, then you got Texas, which have their own power grid. And he was just going into basically how the power grids aren't, ready for the attack that's going to be on it, that's going to be sent. War is fought differently now. Now, obviously, right, it's still going to be bloodshed. It's still going to be this. It's still going to be that. But it's going to happen, in series, right? It's going to happen in series, man. Like, you got these planes falling up, especially where I'm at, man. You got, little planes and shit falling, and you got big commercial planes falling elsewhere and all that shit, man. So it's just a bunch of things are happening. But you got to understand, like, it's going to be a series of attack. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking as a man on that, but it's going to be a series of attack, man. It might be hacks, you know what I'm saying, which will stop, if they hack the power grids, it'll stop the food supply. It'll stop the gas being supplied. It's going to stop, just basically the everyday things that we have access to is going to be cut. When that's cut, it's going to be, a melee out this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to panic because people are not used to going without fulfilling their pleasures, right? America caters to your pleasures, caters to whatever you like. You know what I mean? That's why, people are called the American consumers. You know what I'm saying? Not citizens, right? This place is a business. It's not a country. Okay? And you have to understand that. You know what I mean? You have to understand that everything is based around the dollar. Everything is based around currency. Everything is, but look at, the ads. Look at the commercial. I mean, if you look at the bottom of my screen right now, you see ads for cars and shit like that. So it's just like, and this is on the Bible app. You know what I'm saying? So you got ads, you got this, you got that. They're studying what you're watching. If you go on Instagram and you're on you're watching the video and you watch it for more than a couple seconds, they're going to recommend more videos like that to you to get you hooked on the algorithm. You get hooked on the algorithm, now you start craving shit you want to buy that you didn't want to buy a week ago. You know what I'm saying? So these people have, certain amount of things figured out they understand how the brain work, to get you dialed in, to get you to buy. Women, right? I guarantee you, if you got a woman at the house, you go into the house and there's boxes in front of your house every other day, probably a couple times a week, man. You know what I mean? Why? Because it's Amazon, this, that, you know what I'm saying? Shein, you dig what I'm saying? All this shit, this online shopping shit, man. You know what I mean? They know how to advertise to the people, they're on TikTok, you know what I'm saying, getting advertisement. They're on Instagram and getting advertisement. They're on Facebook, whatever. They're getting advertisement, YouTube, right? So that's but they know that the people is what? The American people are what? Consumers. Especially our people, so-called black people, so-called Native American people, and so-called Latino people. We are the biggest consumers. I did a video years ago about, I think I named it the Black Dollar. If bros want to search it, you can find it. And it was a study done on different groups of ethnicities, right? So you had, and don't quote me on this. I have the article in the video, so if you want like the exact number of what it was, but I'm just roughly paraphrasing. So I think so-called white people spent $1 every month. I think the 1948ers and the Asians took 3 months to spend $1, if I'm not mistaken, and then so-called black people, it took us 5 minutes to spend $1, something like that. 5 minutes or 5 hours, one of the two. You know what I mean? So who's buying shit? Who get the money to release it? Jake. And I said in the video, that wouldn't be a problem if we spent it with each other. But the problem is we don't spend it with each other. We spend it elsewhere because we have a self-loathe. For each other. We have a self-hatred for each other. This is why, a young nigga go crash out on another young nigga. But, will look at, a so-called white man and be obedient. You know what I mean? Like, we under the curses, man. But, when they flip, don't get it twisted, man. These little niggas finna, you coming into a time where shit getting bloody. You know what I mean? And that's what we're going to read about. This is 2nd Esdras 15. And I get a couple scriptures. I ain't going to make the video too long. I've done this, topic a couple times. I ain't going to make the video too long. Just grab a couple precepts and, again, Lord willing, is edifying. This is 2nd Esdras 15. And I start at 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh. Now, that's what the prophets are for. The prophets is the mouth of the Lord, man. Okay? It says it calls them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. This is why our job is very important, why we got to make shows, why we got to go out to the highways and byways, why we got to be reading, why we got to ask questions if we don't know something. You know what I mean? Because his word has to be pushed. 3. It says, Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, and speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And these are the said perils that's going to come. There's going to be a judgment for the world. Lord willing, we're delivered out of this. And I'm talking about myself and Akim. Okay, 6, it says, For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Jump down to 8, it says, I will hold. And how did the wickedness pollute the whole earth? Well, look who's in rule. The base man is running the earth. Job 9 and 24. Okay, when you go to the first Maccabees, it tells you after Alexander the Great died, he had generals that took over, and the earth became way more wicked. When you look at the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire, the earth was, and that was after the Greeks, So, but both the Greeks, and which are Edomites, and, the Romans, which are Edomites, right? Come on, they just carried the wickedness. Read about Nero. You know what I'm saying? They try to hit him with I'm a bad shit, but I'm going to say it anyway. Damnatio memoriae. Right? Which means that, his history was so bad, they try to take it out of history. You know what I mean? And this is who potentially is in office. Come on, man. 2nd Esdras 15 and 8, it says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Right? And the souls of the just and the innocent is the elect and the 1/3. Okay? Because, in order to pray and cry unto the Lord, you got to know his name. And the only people calling and believing on his name is the elect and the 1/3. 10, it says, Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And that's not talking about ancient Egypt. It's talking about the modern day Egypt, which is America. Behold, I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. And to prove that it's not talking about ancient Egypt is that people still dwell in ancient Egypt. So that land wasn't completely destroyed. The Lord said, and will destroy all the land thereof. This place is prophesied to be hit by 200,000 missiles, which is 200 million missiles. Okay? Which is that fire. Okay? It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to them that dwell, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another and swords in their hands. And a sword is a piercing instrument, right? Knife, dagger, shank, gun, right? Because a bullet pierces you, right? 16, it says, For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. So these motherfuckers, these people are not going to regard nobody that's making rules, nobody that's in a power, so-called power position to make rules. This is what this place is coming to. And niggas want to hang on to this as if it's something to hang on to. It is nothing to hang on to, man. Right now, scriptures do say what we use the world, we don't abuse it. But make sure you use the world and don't abuse it. Okay, go out here, man, toil, take care of your family. You know, scripture say if you could do well for yourself, do well for yourself. Go out here and get some money, man. You know what I mean? Because you need it. You know, we read in Ecclesiastes, it says money answereth all things. It's a tool. Scripture say what? For the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money is the root of all evil, for the love of money. So if you love money, then that's the root of all evil. There's nothing that could come above Yahweh Shai. There's nothing that you could put over that. That has to be pinnacle in your life. That has to be before family, before children, before, you know what I mean? That has to be before everything. And then everything else is under that. So that's what we seek first. Okay? That's why we'll give up certain opportunities to continue to preach and teach His word. Okay? A nigga in the world not doing that. A nigga in the world, no, hell no, man. I got to get it, man. What? They offering me this, man. I can't come out there on Saturday no more. I can't, nah, man. Nah, if it come in between, you know, this truth, you got to cut it off, you know, and may the Lord bless you on the back end, okay, and maintain you, okay, Lord willing, man. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard the king nor princes. In the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able. Well, the city's going to be blocked off, closed off. All right, ain't going to be able to fly state to state, you know. 18, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay, and this is what pride leads to, wrath. 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, right? Famine of food, right? You think these neighbors is cool with you? Okay, let them run out of shit. Let one of the power grids get here. You're going to see mayhem, okay? 20, it says, behold, said the Lord Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, said the Lord Yahweh. Now, when you go to 2nd Ezra 13th chapter, scripture say what? They were afraid, but they durst fight. And the Lord is coming from the east. Okay? So, you know, war is going to happen over there, man. Okay? It says, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. Okay, let me go here. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 13. It says the strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. So you got to, you know, arrows can be shot into the ends of the world. What is I talking about? I was talking about thermonuclear missiles. 14, it says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return. And scripture say, what? The beast shall hate the whore. Okay? It says, behold, the plagues are not sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of the mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Okay? Now, those, you know, scriptures say what? They're not going to miss. They're going to hit their mark. They're not going to break their ranks. You know, scripture said what? The arrow that he shooteth are sharp. These are, you know, right here at 13. These are, it's technology, man. They got warheads. You know, you got a missile that can reach over here in 30 minutes. Where the fuck can you go in 30 minutes? Ain't no way to go but up. And that's what the elect, that's how the elect is going to be delivered. Okay? You ain't taking nothing out of here with you. You know, but your spirit, man. You know what I mean? And this is, you know, what we look forward to. Okay? Because guess what? In that time to come, And that time to come, I'm telling you, that's when people gonna see, oh man, we should have did this, we should. I watched scripture say in Wisdom of Solomon, it says, what have our vaunting brought us? Nothing. It don't bring you nothing. What did your trust in the world bring you? Nothing. But a swift kick in the ass, man. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. And Lord willing, again, me and my family is delivered up out of that, man. And you, Sincere Akim, and y'all loved ones are delivered up out of that. And the things to come, okay? You know, Lord willing, I could, continue to preach and teach, man. Okay? Same thing with you. And that's something we got to pray for every day. You know? That and forgiveness. Okay? Hey, so with that, man, Lord, when the video's edifying, Lord, I can got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kwakadash, until pushing up to the next one.